What's up everyone, I'm CallumOnToast, and in today's video we have a very spicy submission from AK Chili Willy in the Electric Cup, who's running a level 51 best buddy boosted Shadow Joltik alongside Shadow Magneton and Shadow Luxray with Hidden Power Fire. I do believe he mixes up the teams a bit throughout the video, but with that being said, let's just get into the question of the day. What is the single worst meta we've ever seen in the Go Battle League? Let me know in the comment section down below, and with that being said, let's get into the battles now. Alright, so going into the first battle, the Shadow Joltik into Lantern. So Lantern, very common Pokemon in this meta. You're probably going to see one on basically every team. We're going to go for a Cross Poison straight away. This won't do much damage, but we do at least make it to the charge move before they can get off a Surf. We then swap into our Shadow Magneton, hoping maybe to catch a move there or maybe get a Volt Switch in for free as the opponent throws on poor timing, but we get neither there as the opponent swaps into Alolan Graveler. Alolan Graveler, really tricky for our team, but very good to see it here up against the Magneton as we grab a shield and we make it to a Magnet Bomb as the opponent reaches a charge move. Magnet Bomb does big damage. At this point we can be pretty happy with that, so we're going to let the move go through. Rock Blast barely doesn't take us out. One more Rock Throw does the job. We are running Shadow Luxray, but not Hidden Power Ground. We're actually running Hidden Power Fire, which helps up against the likes of the Hisuian Voltorb and the Galvantula, so it's actually quite a cool pick to have. If you don't have that Hidden Power Ground, check to see if you've got any Hidden Power Fire, because here up against the Galvantula we're dealing big damage. A little bit of visual lag there, quite strange, but we go for the Psychic Fangs, grab a shield, we bank the energy, come in with our Shadow Joltik, make it to a Cross Poison, and that does big damage to the Galvantula. It will force the opponent to throw their energy, but now they're in range where we can very easily farm them down with the Hidden Power and go for a Wild Charge into the Lantern, coming back in, and this will be enough damage to take out the Lantern, and we're able to take that game. So very good start to the video. Into the next battle, we're going to see Shadow Joltik into Hisuian Electrode. This is a good lead matchup for us, but the opponent throws straight away. We should live a Wild Charge, but we're actually going to shield it up just because that would do quite a lot of damage. They then swap into Togedemaru. We come in with our Shadow Luxray, and we are not running Hidden Power Ground, but Fire is still super effective. The opponent goes for a Fell Stinger bait, meaning they are probably going to go for the Wild Charge the second time around. We are going to no shield. It is the Wild Charge, and that takes out the Luxray, so not great for us. We're now going to come back in with the Joltik, go for a Cross Poison. This is double resisted, but we grab a shield from the opponent. We make it to a second Cross Poison, and they double shield the Togedemaru. They overfarm massively, and at this point I think we just let Joltik go down, but they bait with a Fell Stinger. We then swap into the Magneton. We catch the next charge move, another Fell Stinger bait, and let's see what the opponent has in the back. They come back in with the Electrode, so we're going to go for a Magnet Bomb here, and Magnet Bomb is going to be resisted, but it still does a decent amount of damage there to the Electrode. I think at this point we probably shield in this matchup. We do shield, it is the Wild Charge, and the opponent swaps into their Water Gun Lantern, and we are running Zap Cannon. Zap Cannon is going to one-shot the Lantern from nearly full health. They come back in with the Electrode, we go for the farm down, the opponent makes it to a charge move, but it doesn't matter. Wild Charge takes us out, but we've got the Cross Poison loaded on our Shadow Joltik, and even so I don't think they're at another charge move anyways, so we're able to take out the Hisuian Electrode, and we're able to take that game. So going into the next battle, we see a Shadow Magneton in the lead. We're going to go straight for a Cross Poison. Potentially the opponent doesn't know what moves we've got, but unfortunately they do no shield. That does like no damage whatsoever, but we do swap. We make a catch on our Luxray, and because we were very low, the opponent does actually go for that Mirror Shot. We are going to shield the next move here. Could be a Wild Charge. It's just a Mirror Shot bait again, unfortunately, but we're able to get that farm down, and the opponent comes in with Galvantula. They haven't recognized that we are running Hidden Power Fire. Either that or they are just triple weak to fire for some reason, and the opponent is incredibly low. At this point we're going to let the Luxray go down. Lunge takes us out. We can come in with either Pokemon in the back. Probably better to come in with the Magneton, and we do exactly that, and they've got a Hisuian Electrode in the back, so they were triple weak to fire there, which is very interesting. Obviously not going to see any fire types in this meta, but obviously running Hidden Power Fire is really good. We do let the move go through, we resist everything, but that did so much damage here. We make it to a Magnet Bomb, and now we're going to swap into the Joltik. I agree with this because we can at least hit for neutral damage with the fast moves. We go for a cross poison, grabbing the final shield from the opponent. Unfortunately, we don't get a boost here, but that's fine. We're going to shield this up. The opponent goes for a wild charge, and that's great because they're going to debuff their defense, meaning maybe we can actually farm down with our Magneton. They go for the second wild charge. They are fully debuffed. They swap into Galvantula, hoping to get the snipe with the Fury Cutter damage, but they're unable to do so, and as a result, we come out with the Magnet Bomb loaded, throw it into the Electrode, and we're able to take that game. Into the next game here. That was a weird start, but we are going to lead into a Shadow Luxray, but they're running Snarl, so that's perfectly fine. They're also going to go straight for a Psychic Fangs. Now, Shadow Joltik is very glassy, but we can at least tank that, and we're going to go for a Cross Poison, and likewise, Shadow Luxray also very glassy. That does quite a lot of damage there. As we now swap into our Shadow Magneton, we can safely just let this move go through as well. Another Psychic Fangs, it's resisted damage. The opponent comes in with the Lantern, and do they know about the Zap Cannon here? Can we land a second one up against the Lantern? Yes, we can. We fully one-shot the Lantern once again. They come back in with the Luxray. I think we should be able to just fire Hidden Power, farm them down from this range. And that's exactly what we do. Now, what do they have in the back? They've got a regular Electrode this time around. That's perfectly fine. We end up throwing on Alignment. That was quite risky just because if the opponent chose to overfarm there, they could have got a full Volt Switch in for free, but the opponent did throw on CMP, so that's perfectly fine with us. We can go for another charge move here. We are actually going to swap into our Joltik. Pretty unnecessary, but the opponent continues to overfarm, underestimating the energy as we go for a Cross Poison, grabbing the final shield. They've got a lot of energy, but it doesn't matter. We can go for a Psychic Fangs. We actually lose CMP. I don't think that should be the case here. They go for a Foul Play, and no, it wasn't CMP. For whatever reason, we just didn't get the charge move off there, but it doesn't matter. Wild Charge takes out the Electrode, and we're able to take that game. Into the next game, we see Joltik into a Shadow Alolan Golem, so not a great lead whatsoever, and you're going to see that this team is actually really weak to the Alolan Golem there, so the opponent swaps into their Minun. Hopefully we can still land this resisted Zap Cannon, but no, they do shield. We do at least get the attack drop there, but unfortunately we're not going to be able to flip switch advantage, as a resisted Grass Knot still nearly takes us out. We can come in with the Joltik here, but obviously we've got the Hidden Power Fire Luxray, so we can't really do much up against that Alolan Golem there, so not really sure what we are going to do. We do build up to the back-to-back Cross Poisons, and this should be enough damage to take out the mine, and we're going to instantly swap into our Shadow Luxray, and hopefully the opponent just instantly swaps out into like a Galvantula or something, but no, they are choosing to stay in, and this is not ideal. We shield up the Rock Blast, and the opponent's got a Lantern in the back, and they are running Spark, so a little bit better for us, but it's just not going to make too much of a difference. We full send the Wild Charge, does big damage, and the only play here is if we can somehow Sucker Punch farm them all the way down, but it just doesn't look like it's happening here. So we build up to the back-to-back Cross Poisons. We actually lose CMP up against a Lantern, which is crazy. We're just going to let the Joltik go down, and unfortunately we do lose that game. So into the next battle, we see Lantern in the lead, and I do believe we've now swapped our Luxray to a regular Luxray, but it is running Hidden Power Ground, since we did get absolutely destroyed by that Alolan Golem team. So we're going to shield her up against this Galvantula as they go for a lunge. We did get the boost here, so they've debuffed our attack by 1 stage. We got a boost by 2 stages, so we're still 1 stage attack buffed, and we grab the shield there. We swap into Magneton, hoping to catch a lunge. The opponent is going to overfarm, doesn't matter, it is going to be resisted anyways. They go for a discharge for some reason, not sure why, since they're going to have to go for 2 charge moves anyways, but they go for the lunge, debuff our attack, and let's see, we're going for another Zap Cannon. All shields are down, we are debuffed, but Zap Cannon still does big damage up against the Lantern, and we should be able to farm down with either Pokemon. We come in with the Luxray, they've got Minun in the back, and the opponent is going to make it to a charge move before we make it to the Psychic Fangs, and Grass Knot does big damage there. We go for a Psychic Fangs, and this should hopefully put them into range where we can take them out with our Joltik. We're now going to go for a Cross Poison. This will be enough damage to take out the Minun, and the opponent comes back in with the Lantern. We get the Sucker Punch farm down, and we're able to take that game. So into next battle, we see another Shadow Luxray in the lead, and once again they are running Snarl, and once again they also just go straight for the Psychic Fangs, so we can very comfortably tank the Psychic Fangs there, go for a Cross Poison. Now we've seen it does a decent amount of damage to the Shadow Luxray, but the opponent actually shields. We swap at the same time as the opponent, but they come in with a Galvantula, and we come in with the Shadow Magneton. Now we're going to let the first move go through. They go for Bug Buzz. That fully one-shots the Shadow Magneton. That was insane damage. And now we come in with the Luxray. Unfortunately, not running the Hidden Power Fire this time around. They're also running Energy Ball, so a very spicy moveset from the opponent. We're now going to go for a Psychic Fangs here. This should be enough damage from this range to take them out, and it does exactly that. Now let's see what the opponent wants to do. They come in with their Shadow Luxray once again. We can go for another Psychic Fangs, getting the debuff there, and we swap, we catch the move onto our Shadow Joltik. We are actually going to shield anyways though, and the opponent has a Minun in the back. Unfortunately, we're not going to make it to the Bug Buzz before they do farm us down here, and unfortunately there's not a lot we can do, so we do just concede the match there. But into the next battle, we're going to see Shadow Joltik into a Alolan Graveler, so not great whatsoever. Going to Safe Swap into the Shadow Magneton, and the opponent staying in initially. We probably should have gone for the Magnet Bomb straight away there, but we're going to let the Rock Blast go through. We do tank that, and they come in with the Lantern. Can we land yet another Zap Cannon? Yes, we can, and yet another one-shot up against the Lantern. I know this is a Shadow Joltik showcase, but Magneton, oh my gosh. The absolute MVP so far, just destroying those Lantern. Now we can just shield up the Luxray, go for the full Hidden Power farm down, and probably debuff whatever they've got in the back. But let's see, they come in with their own a Kanto Electrode here. We go for the Psychic Fangs, debuff in their defense. They actually let the first one go through. Doesn't really matter, not a lot they can do. We go and shield the discharge, go for Psychic Fangs, once again throwing after one Hidden Power, and we should just be able to fully farm them down from this range. But instead, we're going to swap into a Joltik, get the Sucker Punch farm down, and we're able to take that game. So into the next battle, we see Hisuian Electrode in the lead, so a good lead for the Shadow Joltik. Well, I say that, I actually don't know if we do win this in like the one shield scenario, for example, but we're going straight for the Cross Poison, grabbing a shield, and we should be able to live anything that they throw. They go for an Energy Ball there, we do shoot it up anyways, and they come in with a Lantern. Now we are going to build a ton of energy, come in with our Shadow Magneton, and we catch a charge move there. Surf, going to do quite a lot of damage here. They are running Spark though, so we're actually just going to go for a Magnet Bomb straight away, throwing on the CMP tie. This is double resisted, and the opponent does unfortunately let that go through, but probably the best case scenario there. If we shield and then try to go for a Zap Cannon, they probably shield and farm us down, so not the best situation to be in. But we come in with our regular Luxray, go for the Hidden Power farm down. We might let this go through. Nope, we're going to shield up the Surf here, go for the farm down, and let's see, the opponent comes back in with the Electrode, so we go for a Cross Poison here, and Cross Poison will be dealing nice damage to the Electrode. We make it to Cross Poison number 2 before they make it to a charge move. We grab the shield there, and the opponent is going to have to go for a charge move to take us out. They are very low though, so we should just be able to fully farm them down with the Luxray, and we get that farm down, and they've got a Minun in the back, so we can go straight for the Psychic Fangs. This is going to debuff their defense, and then we can just go for a Wild Charge here, and from this range, even though it is resisted, they are debuffed. Wild Charge takes out the Minun, and we're able to take that game. So into the next battle, we are going to see a Shiny Manectric in the lead. So cool Shiny, we are going to stay in, and once again the opponent just going straight for Psychic Fangs here, so a very easy no shield. Psychic Fangs still does a decent amount of damage there. The opponent swaps, they make a nice catch, catching the Cross Poison onto their Alolan Golem, but they're running Rollout, which is definitely not the play in this meta. We can safely shield this up. No, we're not going to shield. It is just a Rock Blast though, and we do get the Hidden Power farm down. The opponent comes in with a Minun once again, I do believe. I didn't actually see what it was, but I think it was just, oh, it's actually a Plusle here. So we're going to go for a Psychic Fangs just before they get the Quick Attack farm down, and this Psychic Fangs is going to grab a shield from the opponent. We've still got 2 shields, so looking pretty good here, and we can come in with the Shadow Joltik, just let this move go through. Swift does take us out. We come in with the Electrode, and this is actually a single moved Electrode. Didn't realize that, but I guess you don't really need Discharge in this meta since everything is electric. So we're just going to go for a foul play. We're also running the Legacy Fast Move Tackle just for some neutral damage instead of running Volt Switch, which would be resisted by basically everything in the meta. We're going to shield this up, and we should just be able to fully tackle, farm down the Plusle from this range, and we're able to take that game. So into the next game, we're going to see a Minun in the lead, so probably going to stay in initially and just go straight for a Cross Poison. We actually overfarm. We're going straight for a Bug Buzz in actual fact. Unfortunately, we lose the CMP tie. The opponent goes for a Grass Knot, which is resisted damage, probably running Discharge as the secondary charge move. Bug Buzz grabs the shield, gets a defense drop, and we swap into our Luxray. Now we're going to shield this up. We are going to see that the opponent is going to swap into a Lantern, which isn't ideal, but once again they're running Spark. I'm not sure why. We can go straight for a Wild Charge, dealing big damage to the Lantern. We're going to shield this up, and we will just be able to fully Hidden Power farm them down. And let's see what the opponent wants to do here. They're going to come back in with the Minun. We're going for the Hidden Power farm down. We get the farm down, and they've got Hisuian Electrode in the back. We've got our own Electrode. We can go for the debuff with the Psychic Fangs, swap straight away into Electrode here, and we should be able to live even an energy ball from this range. And I don't think they're going to be able to Thundershock farm us down either. Even though that does quite a lot of damage here, they're not going to get the farm down, so we can go for a Foul Play. Foul Play is going to grab the final shield from the opponent. They have to throw a charge move to take us out. They choose not to, and we're able to tackle, farm them down, and take that game. Into next game, not a great lead whatsoever, so we swap into our tackle Shadow Electrode, and the opponent is going to overfarm, allowing us to go for a Foul Play, grabbing a shield from the opponent, but they probably will just be able to fully Rock Throw, farm us all the way down there, come out with a ton of loaded energy. So let's see what we want to do. We're going to come in with the Luxray. They throw straight away, so we actually get a full Hidden Power in for free. That's going to do big damage there. Are we going to double shield the Luxray? I don't think it's wise to, so no, we're not going to let that move go through. We're going to go for a Psychic Fangs here just before the opponent can throw their charge move. And now swap into our Joltik, and once again we should be able to live anything from this range, as the opponent is going to go for the Energy Ball, which is resisted damage there. We're going to go for a Cross Poison over farming. It doesn't really matter too much here because they're just going to be able to Rock Throw, farm us down immediately as they come in with the Graveler. So let's see, we can go for the Hidden Power, farm down, and what do they have in the back? It is a Water Gun Lantern. Can we make it to the Wild Charge? Yes, we can, but this isn't a Shadow Luxray, and unfortunately, Wild Charge isn't quite enough damage to take out the Lantern. They make it to a charge move, quite unnecessary, but it doesn't matter. We're going to let the move go through. Surf takes out the Luxray, and we do unfortunately lose that game. Into next game, and the bad leads just keep coming here as we see another Alolan Graveler, but this time the opponent swaps or counter swaps into our Shadow Electrode with their Hisuian Electrode, and this, now that we land a Foul Play, should be a pretty good matchup for us. The opponent goes for an Energy Ball. That's not enough damage to take us out, and we can get the tackle farm down and flip switch advantage, which is absolutely massive here. We can now come in with the Luxray, go for the full Hidden Power farm down, probably just safely shield once here, and then we can permanently debuff whatever is in the back, or just full send a Wild Charge, but they come in with Galvantula. We go for the Psychic Fangs. The opponent lets that first one go through. I'm not sure why they are running the Volt Switch as the fast move, as it is resisted by basically everything in this meta. But we're now going to come in with the Joltik, and the opponent is going to have to go for another charge move to take us out here. They throw it right at the last second, and this is going to be a lunge. It barely doesn't take us out. Somehow they farm us down, but it doesn't matter. We can get the Hidden Power farm down, take out the Galvantula, and we're able to take that game. Into the next game, we see Alolan Golem in the lead, so these bad leads just keep on coming, and they do outpace us to the charge move as well since we are running tackle. We're going to shield up the Rock Blast here, and the opponent swaps into their Hisuian Electrode. So we've seen already we can flip this matchup, but not when we're already down a shield, and since we've taken so much damage from those Rock Throws, so I think the best play here is just to let the move go through, but no, we're going to shield up the Energy Ball. We will commit both our shields here, guarantee that we flip switch advantage, but the opponent comes in with a Alolan Raichu, so we go straight for the Foul Play, grabbing a shield from the opponent, and we are going to bank a Foul Play swap there. I think maybe we're trying to catch a move, or I don't know, maybe should have just gone for that Foul Play there, because now we give up switch advantage. The opponent can swap back into their Golem, catch the charge move. Very nice play by the opponent, but then they shield as well, so maybe not the best play there from the opponent, and now we should just be able to come in with our Luxray, go for the full farm down. They will make it to a charge move here, but I don't believe this will be taking us out here. So Rock Blast isn't enough to take us out. We can go for a Psychic Fang straight away into the Raichu, and we kind of need the opponent to throw their energy, and they do exactly that. I don't know if the Hidden Power would have taken them out. Maybe it would have done, so maybe that was their only play, but now we have the Foul Play banked. We can go for it into the Raichu, taking out the Raichu, and we're able to take that game. But into the next game, we're going to see Galvantula in the lead, so we are probably going to go straight for a Cross Poison here, throwing before they can get a lunge off, which would debuff our attack. And Cross Poison does some nice damage. They then swap into their Alolan Graveler, so we can come in with the Luxray, go for the one shield farm down with the Hidden Power. and come out with a decent amount of energy loaded as well, although we've not got that much health remaining either, and unfortunately we lose the CMP tie. So are we going to shield here? No, we choose not to. They go for a lunge. It does take out the Lux Ray. And now we're going to come in with our Shadow Electrode, go for the tackle farm down, and we get the farm down just before they make it to a charge move, and they've got their own Hisuian Electrode in the back. We swap, we perfectly catch the charge move onto our Shadow Joltik. They're actually running Swift, what the heck? I didn't even know that it learned Swift. I also don't even know, like, Swift is an awful move, by the way, so you definitely shouldn't run it, even in a meta where everything does resist electric, just because Wild Charge is that much better. But I guess it is a cheaper energy move that doesn't debuff your defense. I actually don't know the energy cost for it, so maybe it costs the same as the energy ball, but it doesn't really matter. We can go for the back-to-back foul plays. The first one grabs the shield, second one takes out the electrode, and we're able to take that game. Into next game, we see Shadow Joltik into another Shadow Alolan Graveler here. So we're going to swap into our Electrode, and we've seen already, if they throw straight away, they can barely outpace us to the charge move. Really unfortunate. We have to shield there. Rock Blast would take us out. All we can do really is hope that we grab a shield back from the opponent, and we do at least grab that shield, but they're going to get a massive Rock Throw farm down. Now we're going to have to wait out the switch clock here, as we are switch locked whilst the opponent isn't switch locked, but they're not going to choose to swap out here. They're instead going to go for a charge move, grab our final shield, but we can get the hidden power farm down. They come in with a Shadow Galvantula, so we go straight for the Psychic Fangs. This probably doesn't grab a shield, it doesn't grab the shield there, and we are going to swap, try to catch the move. We catch the move successfully onto our Shadow Joltik. They go for a lunge, it nearly one-shots us. They can just fully Fury Cutter, farm us down, and they've got a Charm a Charm regular Raichu, Kanto Raichu, and they're able to Charm, farm us down, and take that game. Oh my gosh, another bad lead for the Shadow Joltik. I think at this point you probably just switch up the lead here, because it looks to be that the Alolan Rock Throw users are very common in the lead, but they go for a Rock Blast there. We do actually barely live that, but the opponent makes a really nice catch, making sure they don't have to give up shield advantage here in this matchup, as they can just fully farm us down with their Minun. Now we're going to come in with the Shadow Joltik, and the opponent's going to go for a charge move. We should be able to live this unless they're also running Swift, but they go for a discharge. It is resisted damage. We can overfarm here, go for a cross poison just before they make it to the next charge move, and we will be able to instantly swap into our Lux Ray, go for the full hidden power farm down, and we get the farm down before they make it to a charge move. Now they've got a Lantern in the back, but the opponent is running Spark instead of Water Gun, so I think we might be able to take this here. We grab a shield with the Psychic Fangs. Ideally, we need another shield here. If the opponent has been counting, they would no shield, but they choose to shield. We've got two shields and a Shadow Joltik. They've got a lot of energy, but we can just safely double shield in this matchup, and we should be able to make it to a charge move to take out the double debuff Lantern from this range. Surf number 2 grabs our final shield here. We're actually not going to commit to the Bug Buzz. Cross Poison is going to deal not quite enough damage here to take them out, but we get the Sucker Punch farm down, and we're able to take that game. So going into the next battle, we see a Shadow Joltik up against a regular Luxray, and once again they are running Snarl, so a lot of opponents probably just don't have Hidden Power Ground or even Hidden Power Fire, so Snarl is obviously just the next best option. The opponent makes a really nice catch onto their Shadow Magneton, catching a Cross Poison, but we're also able to catch a Mirror Shot onto our Luxray, and now we can just potentially shield this. No, we're going to let the next move go through. It's another Mirror Shot. They get the attack drop, but it doesn't matter. We're still very easily able to Hidden Power, farm them down, and they come in with a Galvantula. So we go for the Psychic Fangs there, debuffing their defense. The opponent swaps back into their own Luxray. We go for Psychic Fangs once again, and this is going to grab a shield as we win CMP. So big mistake by the opponent. Should have just committed to the Snarl farm down, but we're able to grab a shield from the opponent, and at this point we should be looking pretty good here. We come in with the Joltik, go for a Cross Poison. They are debuffed, so Cross Poison actually grabs the final shield, and we make it to another Cross Poison. Shadow Joltik putting in work right now, and at this point I think, yeah, we just save our shields for the Shadow Electrode. Excuse me there, Electrode is going to get the tackle farm down, and we should just be able to fully tackle, farm down the Galvantula as well. We're actually going to let the move go through, quite risky, just in case they were running the Bug Buzz, like we've already seen in an earlier battle, but we go for the foul play, take out the Galvantula, and we're able to take that game. So that's going to be it for today's video. If you did enjoy it, please make sure you leave a like, leave a comment letting me know, and as well, don't forget to respond to the question of the day if you haven't done so already. And if you want to see more content like this in the future, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on post notifications. That way you'll be notified whenever I upload a new video. But with that being said, thank you all so much for watching today's video, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.